All right, everybody, welcome back to the Gall's Deep podcast. We are going to do another X feed plot optional episode today. So sit back and enjoy this one. All right, we're just going to get right into it. All right,
Sure. Okay.
so we're going to get into it. We're just going to pull up some X and we'll go from there and let's see what we got. Oh, let me switch scenes and here we go. Got on the home page, explore, kind of on some news. Okay, here's one. I don't know if have you heard anything about this one where Trump signs bill to stop payments to deceased people.
Mhm.
You kind of think that would be a no-brainer. That I mean, why would we have to actually have I guess an executive what do you call it? The new law, I guess it's a law. Let's see, new law permanently lets the Treasury Department access Social Security death records to halt and recover improper federal payments to people who have passed away. Do we really need a new law for that? You think that would have already had something in the books, or just common sense to like not pay dead people?
Well, I look
What do
at
you,
it this way is that in order for these dead people to keep voting for the Democrats had to keep sending them money. And so it's kind of a
okay.
it's kind of a pay to play
Okay.
situation.
Yeah,
And
makes sense.
so it sounds like Trump is trying to implement legislation that can secure the midterms for the Republicans.
Yeah.
And so if he's able to stop payments to the deceased people who keep voting for Democrats, then maybe they'll get fewer votes this year.
Sounds like a good plan to me. I mean, we just need, proper voting. We don't need dead people to be voting.
Or dead people to be
Or
receiving
dead people just receiving money, I
be
guess, for that matter.
receiving
I mean,
Social Security
uh,
payments. I
you
mean,
know,
I'm all for people who are disabled,
yeah,
orphaned,
who need it,
widowed,
who
infirmed, can't
who
work.
should get it, but
Um, Technically, I guess people of legal retirement age should be eligible to receive their Social
right,
Security
right.
payments.
But once you're dead, you're dead.
Um,
Money's
yeah.
got to stop.
So
Sorry.
unless you're still paying on that grave plot, maybe you might need those payments. But yeah, that is a no-brainer. It should have been ended long ago, and it shouldn't have taken legislation to force the Social Security Administration to clean up their books.
So a lot of people are just commenting on it. Yeah, I mean, like this person among the wildflowers, did we seriously have to have a law to stop sending checks to dead people? That's kind of what I was trying to say. I'm like, really? We got to have a law for that? It should just already be in the
Right.
protocol of
Yes.
the department when you're sending out checks. If they're dead, stop sending. But clearly, I guess they need a law to do that. I don't know. Yeah, so I mean, it's getting a lot of support. It looks like, and a lot of like, wow, they haven't done that before. So, or why they haven't done that before, I don't know. Anyways, any other last words?
Common sense is uncommon.
Very, 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 very. Okay, let's see what else we got. I saw that one. Um, let's switch to let's see. Let's just go here. Anything? ICE arrest meth suspect at Minneapolis courthouse. Okay, figures. Um, entertainment. Anything in entertainment? Oh, James Vanderbeek dies at 48.
Oh
Have you heard
man.
that?
No, I hadn't heard that. That's sad.
Let's see.
That's sad.
He was battling colorectal cancer. I didn't know he had cancer. I didn't know. I miss him because I liked him in that movie. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank.
Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Golly,
Yes.
Mox Anderson, I believe was his name in that movie. I thought he did an okay job in that. I didn't really watch Dawson's Creek. Did you watch that much?
No, no,
You
I
might have been too
didn't.
young, maybe.
I It didn't appeal to me when it
Yeah,
was
it
on the air.
never appealed to me either. I didn't really,
So,
but I did
but
watch him in Friday Night Lights, and that's sad.
that is quite sad. And
Oh, look how young you looked.
he said there he passed away at the age of 48,
48.
and so this just highlights the fact that none of us is immune to cancer, and if you don't have your health, then nothing else really matters. So all the
Good point.
money and the fame in the world, I'm sure he would have traded all of it so that he could have lived a longer, healthier life. So I think this is just a good reminder to us that we shouldn't take our health for granted, and we should always take good care of ourselves, and also participate in early routine cancer screenings and not ignore symptoms. So I can't really say much more about
Okay.
that, but that's just a really sad thing to hear that somebody's life was cut short so early.
Good advice. Good advice. Here's one. A debate erupts over outlawing HOAs nationwide.
I think that that's an excellent debate to have.
Look,
So
at the current moment, we do not live in an HOA,
I
so we love it.
we intentionally we moved from a neighborhood with an HOA
To
to a neighborhood without an HOA,
exactly.
and I think it was probably one of the best decisions we ever made. I think that HOAs should be outlawed. I don't think that they're beneficial to the
I think
homeowners in
they
any way
cause
whatsoever.
more stress and anxiety to homeowners
I
than
think that
anything.
the purpose of the HOA is so that the HOA can make money, not so that the HOA can protect the integrity of the neighborhood or home values in the neighborhood. Oftentimes, HOAs harass
I mean,
homeowners
they
over things like
just some weeds in their yard. I'm like,
weeds in a yard or a damaged fence post, or things that really shouldn't be harassed over. And HOA fees can go into the hundreds
I like
to
this.
thousands.
I like this guy's comment here. Just TJ the Army vet. I like this comment.
What does
An
it say?
HOA is a fee you pay to only live around people who can afford the same fee.
Yeah.
Kind of makes
So
sense because I mean I've never heard anything positive about it. Maybe there's some instances where
no.
the HOA had a positive outcome, but it just seems like where I lived and everybody I know who lives in HOAs, they're always complaining about one, the fee, the
Right.
monthly fee or the yearly fee, whatever it is you got to
It's
pay,
a monthly fee.
and then just how they harass you. And the biggest one is just like you got weeds in your yard. I'm like, okay, so I mean, I missed this week's mowing for whatever reason. I don't want to pay somebody to mow, and then
Right.
there's foot size weed in your yard, and next thing you know, you got a nasty letter in the mail. I had that
So
happen when I first moved in the other house a long time ago. I just moved in that weekend, and within a few days, I already got a letter in the mail about weeds in my yard. I'm like, I just moved in, I ain't got the mower out yet. Anyway, so just first time I moved in the house, it was already a bad experience with HOAs.
So I just think that the HOA is a form of extortion, and it's a forced payment that you can't opt out of in order to live in a certain neighborhood, whatever that neighborhood is. And HOAs are not just in wealthy neighborhoods, they're in middle class neighborhoods across the country. And it makes the cost of ownership of a home significantly more expensive. And you know, it makes it harder for people to own a home and to get into home ownership. And there's a crisis of home ownership among young people in this country right now because the cost of home ownership is so high, mortgage rates are high, um, property values skyrocketed during the 2021. Home values, especially in our area of the country, went way up. In counties and states where they have property taxes, your county sets the home values and then sets the tax rate and then tells you how much tax you have to pay on the home that you own. So not only should HOAs be illegal, I also think that property taxes should be illegal. And that may be a conversation for another day. I don't want to get too controversial here. But all of these things are problematic for individuals who are trying to own homes, to build wealth, to build equity, to have stability in their living situation. And I think it's bad for America.
This may be the channel to be controversial. I mean, just saying. I mean, it is YouTube, right? So
Maybe so.
why not? Yeah, I definitely could probably agree with you on the property taxes. I don't know about illegal, but I don't like paying them every year. I don't mind one time, like a tax. Yeah, buy the property, pay the property tax one time. That's fine, but not every year over and over. I'm like, that's getting tired of that. Have you heard of this? Talking about the HOAs, weren't HOAs thought of by the United Nations Agenda 21? I don't know anything about that.
I don't know if that's
That
a joke or if that's serious, but I would
Yeah,
love to look into that
might
more.
have
So
to
if
look
anybody
more
has
into
more
that.
information
Yeah, let us know in the
on
comments
that.
below.
I think the worst thing about HOAs is not just what they charge to in order to live in a home in a particular neighborhood, but also if you choose not to pay your HOA fees, you disagree with them, you don't think that the HOA is providing value for you, and you stop paying them, then the HOAs can repossess your home and put a lien against your home.
Yeah, and that
So
is
you can
not.
lose your
Yeah,
home, lose your equity. They can take you to court, sue you. There can be serious financial penalties for opting out and choosing not to participate in the HOA. So I think that it limits people's freedom, and I think it's extortion.
yeah. And I mean, this person says I disagree. I don't want my neighbors painting their house orange. Well, maybe I don't know. Depending on the color orange, it might be all right. I don't
I
know.
don't know if you've ever been to the Bahamas. Lots of
Well, I
cute
don't.
pastel houses
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
So
We
orange
do
can
have
be appealing.
a blue one in our neighborhood that's a little off-putting, but
We do have
we pass
one.
by and I'm like, oh, it looks like the
Our sweet neighbor looks like he
what's
chose
that
the
that
color of the
the
painter's
painter's
tape.
tape? Yeah, the painter's tape, and you're like,
Yes.
I don't think that's the blue you were going for, but we'll just leave it at that. Okay.
So what's another topic?
Oh well. On our last video, she nailed it on the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I mean, she predicted
I
Seattle, and
I
she thought they
predicted,
were going to win.
yeah,
I think he wanted them to win. I think maybe I don't remember, but she did predict that they were going to win, and she laid it out right. She talked about the defense,
yeah.
and boy, that defense put it to them. So
They did. They
kudos
were
to
on
her.
point. Man, Seattle's defense was extremely precise in all of their actions in that game. Just a quick Super Bowl recap. Super boring game until the fourth quarter.
That's because the
Not,
defense.
not a whole lot happening, but they say defenses win championships, and that was certainly true in Sunday's game against the Patriots. Seattle's defense came out strong. They held the Patriots to one touchdown, and they just they did a beautiful job. I know that their coach was really proud. We heard a little bit of his backstory during the game. It sounds like he has a really effective coaching method. He's got a great team that works really well cohesively together. They worked really hard and they certainly deserve to win. I know that that's not what Patriots fans want to hear. Like I said before, didn't have a dog in that fight. Didn't really have a preference who won. But I was really impressed at how well both teams played, and even the Patriots, they fought till the bitter end. They didn't give up even when they were down, even when there were, interceptions, and, the turnovers really killed them in that game.
Yeah, quarterback I think was just a little inexperienced there in that game. I was hearing that he was kind of like tipping, where he was looking and where he was going to try to throw the ball. That's just things that experienced cornerbacks and stuff can pick up on. So,
Yeah,
hey, there you have it, guys. Super Bowl prediction.
that's
So,
right.
if you need to know who's going to win the Super Bowl next year, stay tuned. It might be about a year from now, but come back to this channel.
Right.
We'll predict
I'll let you
again.
know.
She'll
Place your
she'll
bets.
she'll you know give you all her sports analysis, and you can go from there. So that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you on the next one. Any last words?
Nope, that's it.
All
Thanks
right,
for
just make sure you
watching.
like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and we'll catch you on the next one.